Hey, what's up? All right, so I have my adult beverage today. This time, I don't know. I think I may go back to bold. Oh no, sometimes the head gets to me at times. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Mike? What's up, baby? Right. All right, so I'm gonna let some people come on and whatnot. Yeah, my man, composer Michael talking stuff. All right, so what I'm going to talk about, well, I like to talk about, because I like to do these things once a week. Just chat, just talk stuff. I guess just get things off my chest, or just kind of like just talk stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, filmmaking. You don't hear too many people just talking about filmmaking in general, like their take on it. You know what I mean? And then maybe you chime in with your take. I like people to chime in if you can. I know I'm always in the same spot, but you know what? This is my office. I like it here. It's nice and comfortable. I can talk to you guys or whatever. You know what I mean? So and I'm a filmmaker, and if I could learn from you guys, so be it. Please, tell me what's happening. But for this one, I want to talk about casting. You know what I'm saying? But before I do, I want to say hello to everybody that's new on my page that came in this week, because I get requests a lot. I need to come on a page, and since we always kind of like, got a limit, 5,000 for a regular page. Of course, I have my business page, but most people come to my private page, so it's not much I can do. So, but anyway, I want to say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for coming in and following us on this crazy production, this crazy ride, and all my conversations I had with everybody. I want to say thank you for everyone for coming in. So I really, really appreciate your support and everything else. Also, too, I want to say congratulations to my crew. We are now in 3 additional countries in Amazon. We are now on Amazon New Zealand, Australia, and Canada, along with US, of course, and the UK. So we're getting around. It's working out. We put a lot of work in this, and it's finally getting out there. So thank you very much. I just want to say much love to my crew. Big up. Worked hard at it, and it's getting out there. So now we're just hoping this turns into some type of capital. So, we're still at the beginning stages. So we're going to see what's up, we got good reviews so far. You got some haters out there, but that's okay. That's how it works. But that's okay. That's cool. You do what you do. You do what you love. And I tell you what, right now, what I want to do is talk about casting. Now, you guys out there, actors, producers, directors, either you're experienced or you're not experienced, whatever you are, this is my take on casting in general and what I look for in anybody I'm casting. Because right now, presently, I'm casting for an open role of Kayla Kovizian, which is this woman right here. So I have that open right now. So, of course, I've gotten some submissions through my advertisement on Craigslist and other places. And, it's hard for me to really kind of decide who I want. And sometimes you don't get what you need right away. But when you do find those few that really catch your eye, and you find those few that you think could really work, you just kind of like, all right, now what's the next step? And for me as a director and a producer of my series, this is what I would do. If you're a producer director, first thing I would do is, realistically, you have to go for the look, right? Like it or not, that is what you have to do, all right? You have to say to yourself, and be honest with yourself. Oh, this is Bruce, by the way. Oh, man. You got to be honest with yourself that you're trying to sell something, right? You want people to sit in front of whatever device that they have and be interested in the person they're looking at before they even say anything. So the first thing you want to do is like, does this person not only fit the image of my character that I want to fill, but does the person look good enough for people to say, you know what, I want to keep watching this person anyway. I like the look. Now you have to now say, okay, I got that out the way. So you get those out the way. That's how I look at it. Then I say, okay, now I have to meet the person. I want to see how they sound. I want to see how they move and all that. I want to see where their headspace is at. There's one thing you have to understand. Just like producers and movie companies and aggregators, there's a lot of them. You find another one. Like, it's not the end of all. There's plenty of them out there, right? So you look at it that way. Don't pigeonhole yourself if you don't have to. So you want to like just, you know what? First thing you want to do is interview them, talk to them, see what they are, what they like, what their dislikes are. What are they, what are they nervous about? Do they have any questions? Where do they see themselves? Do they really, really love what they do? Do you love acting? Do you love show business? Like, this is what you would bleed for. Are you that person? And you just want to just ask these simple questions and just see how they respond to your liking, you know? And then after that, then you worry about, okay, if they come across pretty cool with you, just being the person, because that's very important, all right? It's not all about talent. It's about people that you're going to be with all the time. You got to be able to get along with the people that you're with. I mean, what's the point of doing anything as a group if you can't get along with the people within the group? So that's the main thing, is getting people that you can hang out with, people that you can jive with, you can drink with, you can talk with, laugh with. That's what the family you want to have. So those people that you interview, got to make sure that you're vibing with them. You know what I mean? Some people may say, well, that's pretty much, that makes sense. That's just common sense. No, it isn't, because a lot of them don't do it. How many sets you guys been on, bro? Tell them, I don't have to say this. This is not rocket science. You guys been out there, right? You guys been on these sets. You guys been in productions. And sometimes no one's getting along. You may have every little group on the site, have a little group here, you have a little group here, you have a little group here, and everyone's trying to make the same movie or trying to create the same material, and there's always a conflict. There's something wrong, or you are not feeling that comfortable. That is the problem, and that stems from the top, like any business. That stems from the producer, and it stems from the director. Understand where that comes from. So for me, I'm very, very sensitive to that, because these guys have been with me this long, and everything that we have done and we are doing that you haven't even seen yet, they earn the right that anyone who comes in our circle is qualified. So that's my job, because I got them together. And I was very, very fortunate. You know what I mean? It sounded like I was a scientist, but I just have a good feeling about these things. So what you want to do if you're doing something, like you're creating something, is first thing, can you work with this person? Can you talk to them? You guys like vibing off each other when you like talking and stuff, you're laughing, whatever, you're feeling good about each other? That's good. That's real good. Then you say, okay, now next step. Let me see how you are as a character. So, you make a day with, if not them by themselves, with you, like doing a role just to kind of see where they are. But to me, you can do that during the initial interview, just to see how they sound. Then you want to get the actors that they're going to play off of. So you schedule a time with the actor that they're going to schedule off of and see how they vibe. Because now they may be actors, but understand they're still human like anybody else, right? These are not aliens. We're not aliens and shit. We don't come from fucking Mars. We're all human beings. We all want to be comfortable in the surroundings that we're in, and damn sure we want to be comfortable with the people that we're working with. And you want to make sure that your principal actor or whoever they're working off of is vibing off that. They deserve that. You deserve to know that it works well, because when the bullets fly for real, you don't want anything happening on set. A lot of people don't put too much time into that, which I don't understand. You keep looking at people like machines. They're not machines, bro. You want a machine, go get a fucking machine. You know what I mean? People are people. They're going to tell you if they like it. They're going to tell you if they do like it. You know what I mean? And that's going to reflect on your movie. You can tell when a movie has no heart, has no feel, because people are just hired because they can maybe do a job or they sound right or whatever, but there's no cohesiveness. There's no relationship going on there, and that was shining through the movie. That's why after the movie's over with, those movies you seem like, yeah, it's kind of cool, but I didn't really care too much about the characters, because those characters didn't really get along anyway. Offset, you know what I'm saying? That's for real. So this is real talk. I'm telling you, this is real talk. So you cats out there who think that doesn't matter, your audience will tell you. And I'm just going to be blunt, you know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. You need to make sure everybody is on the same page. Even if it's going to cost you some more time, do it. Spend some more time. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck how long you've been on stuff. Understand something. The audience that you are like trying to entertain and shit, they don't care about how it was made half the time. We do, because we're creators. We are directors. We are actors. We're artists. We care about that shit. But we're like 1% of the people who are really going to watch the shit. People who are going to watch the shit don't care. They want to be entertained. They want to see something they haven't seen before. They want to be taken in a place that they can't get to tomorrow. Or they want to be taken to a house they don't live in. They want to speak to people that they don't know. That's your job. That's it. If you worry about all the shit in the back, about, hey, yeah, you know what? I got to make sure that, something's going on or whatever. But I'm just saying that the only thing you have to worry about is the cohesiveness of those actors and in your crew. You get that together, you're solid. You're solid, and people would see that, and that would just generate through the camera. It really would. Call it corny, but it's fucking true. You know what I'm saying? Because you see it every day. I don't have to tell you nothing. You can just go right now online and see shit, and you wonder why shit don't work, and then do some research, find out what happened. Start seeing a common denominator going on back there. Solo comes out. There's problems with the director. So they bring in Ron Howard. Nice guy. There's turmoil. And what do you say? It's good. Action's good. I didn't really care about anybody. There you go. And they're telling you why. There you go. So you obviously see it all the time, and you don't want that for yourself, especially if you're creating something, you're getting people together. You do not want that for yourself. So don't do it. So you do your best. So back to acting and casting. So after you get your actor and you get the new person, whatever, put them together, see how they work. And when they work pretty well and they gel together pretty good, they kind of like, vibing off each other and whatnot. You know what I'd like to do? You know what I like to do? I like to then say, okay, cool, we're done. Let's just hang out for a bit. And then we just sit down and we just talk about shit, talk about life, talk about kids, talk about this shit that happened in the past, where we came from. Just talk. Just be people. See how it works. Now, you may say that's a lot of work. You know what? Put in the work. Because what you put in comes out. Period. Put in the work. And you put that with every single person that's going to be on that set. Every single person is going to be behind you. Because that represents you. When everything's over with, yeah, you can have a good movie. But I'm telling you, today, don't take long to destroy you. And don't take long for people to say, yo, that motherfucker, I don't like him, I don't like him, I don't like her, I don't like how to set, whatever it is. It goes really fast, and you don't want to be that person. You do not want to be that person. So you just want to be really, really delicate about what you do. You do your best. You're not going to be 100%. Like, I'm saying things that I do, I'm saying that works for me. It's not 100%. I mean, for the most part, it works. But every now and then, you got a little, you got some shit that slips in. You know what I'm saying? It just slips in. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, damn. I didn't see that coming. Damn. So, you just have to kind of work it out the best way you can, but don't be lazy. That's the main thing. Do not be lazy no matter what you do. Once you're lazy, that's it. You're going to get cut. You get cut right away. I'm telling you right now, you will get cut. And it happened to me. I'm just going off of what my experience was. This happens to me, and it has happened to me. So now I know what to do. This is how I do the best to kind of keep the best possible crew around me as much as I possibly can, because those guys deserve it. Everybody that's with you, that believes in you, that wants to work with you, is counting on you to keep their world peaceful, to keep their world interesting, and keeping them engaged. They count on you, especially if you're the director, you're the producer, you're the creator, whoever the fuck you are that's creating this shit. They count on you. And if you don't care, they don't care. They don't care. It comes right through your material, and people sit down and watch your shit, and they don't care, because it's true. The shit will shine right through. When shit's stagnant, it feels stagnant. When things feel off kilter, it doesn't seem as tight. It could look pretty, but the pace and just the reaction of the people just don't vibe well. And you don't know what it is. You can't really pinpoint it. That's what it is. It's that simple. And if you notice, a lot of even the superstars always use the same people. Why? For obvious reasons, like any businessman, any businesswoman. You're going to keep the people that you get along with around you. That gel well, that people that you trust, the opinions you trust. That's how it works. It's no different than freaking show business. If anything, is more vital in show business. Because there's a lot of people out there that want to take your place, and everything's opinionated. Everything's opinionated. You may have policies for your business, but a lot of those policies that go by opinions. It's going by people's feelings. It's going by people's taste. I mean, we're in a very sensitive business. We're not into a law firm. You have a policy, and that is it, like it or not. Yeah, we have things like that in show business and points, but a lot of times that shit can get skewed by somebody's feelings. Because if the CEO or the president or the investor or whoever don't like something because they don't feel right, then that fucks up everything for you. Now, of course, a lot of them could be contractually bound, but it's still, you have to create something that goes by feelings. So that is why everything, when it comes to people vibing off each other, is far more important. Although it's still important in the corporate world, but it's far more important in our business than anywhere else. It really is. Because people are seeing it. We're making something for everyone to see. You're not in an office somewhere doing your shit and you leave and no one's really seeing it, but those are inside. You're making shit that's everybody's gonna see. You know what I mean? I understand, like, everybody's looking at this. So, hey man, it's just how it is. So that's why when you cast an actor or whoever, you know, you want to make sure everybody vibes, and that's like my opinion about that, pretty much. You know, go through the process, and after that, just to kind of go one step more, after you actually like what they're doing with the actors, you guys are vibing really well, you guys are talking about things afterwards, and you're kind of cool. Then of course you may say, you know what? You may get the job, you put them on the list and you wait, because now you have somebody that you feel fits everybody else. And you know when you start to film and the bullets really fly, it's really going to count when you need everybody to be on the same page and there's no resentment, there's no questions about anything other than how we're going to complete this task. And that's it. And that's what I do. And that's what I say. You know what I mean? It's all about getting people on the same page, completing the task, and that will resonate through your work. Like I said, it may sound corny, but it's fucking true. Where do you think paintings get their power from? Where do you think movies get their power from? Where do you think music get their power from? They don't really get it from the tangible part of it. It's the underlying of the sound, of the colors, of the rhythm, of what you're doing that you can't really describe in words. That is more powerful than anything. And once you understand that and understand where that comes from, then you're going to be a much more loved artist in whatever you do. And when it comes to casting, that's an art form, bro. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. That is a fucking art form, because you are going by your taste. Your taste is being represented by somebody who feels your taste works for them. And then when that movie comes out, according to their taste, your taste, everyone would know, is it tasteful? Does it make any sense? Do I even like these people on there? Oh, they like those people? Really? It's all about taste. So that's why casting is really an art form where someone acts. So for casting directors out there, right, you go through a lot of stuff, right? A lot of faces. And you're going everywhere. You're finding people. You're documenting a whole lot of shit. You got thousands of faces. And you got a bunch of producers and directors asking you for certain things and you're out there saying, okay, I got all this, all right, because I want to get paid. I want to solidify this contract. I want to do my thing. You go out there and you bring in these people. And the guys who do it really well, it's an art form, man, because they see something they can't verbally describe in somebody. And that's that thing. You know, you always hear about it, it's that thing. And you, casting anybody, has to be able to say, you got that thing. I don't know what it is, but that thing, people are going to want to see that thing, and I want you part of me. But we have to see if we blend. You know what I mean? Now, sometimes you may have to kind of push that to the side a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, well, you know, I could probably deal with it a little bit. You could, depending how long it's going to be. If it's going to be like for just one movie. See, movies is series. let me get into that real quick. Movies and series are a little different because movies, a lot of times, what I'm saying, a lot of times producers and directors say, well, I really don't care about that too much. I just know if they work out pretty well, if everybody can just do their thing for 3 months, 2 months, how long it's going to take us to do the principal photography, that's pretty much all I need. And then they out my hair, and then we get the material out, and we can sell it and make our money. Now, I get how that works. I understand your thought process on that. I understand that, and they do that a lot. But problem is with that is now you have a bunch of people who are leaving that set not very content. And your name and those little arrows and those notches start to add up on your back. They start to add up on your name, and then your brand starts to have a little scar. Because you could do that just so many times before people say, yeah, I don't like his production, or her production. Yeah, it's all right, but every time they get somebody, it's like, it's always something, or, you know, it's not the most comfortable thing, but they want it this way, and you're going to get a lot of that. You don't want that. You don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? You don't want that person. You want to be like, yo, I love to be on that set. Or people leave like, yo, oh, man, I wish this thing can just keep on going, man, because this is so cool how everything is working. We're all gelling so well. We got to do something else together, yo. That is what you want. Even when it comes down to just a one hit, just one movie and you're out type of thing, you know? Now for series, that's really, really more important than everyone gels because you're going to see each other for a longer period of time because you have episodes, right? You're going to do a lot of stuff for a long time, you know, together. You're going to grow your character. You're going to go into a new realm. You're going to have to kind of, you know, mingle with each other much longer, you know, over a longer period of time than you would in a regular film, like a regular, you know, film. So you have to understand that. And that's why if you was like actors out there, actresses out there, well, you know what? Actors are actors. I don't like to say actors and actresses. You're an actor, period. Man or woman, actors. Easier that way, and it makes more sense. So I always say actor. That means both. Anyway, so when you go out there and you see that, you say, I'm going to go for a series. First thing you want to do is like, yo, can I get along with these guys? Because I'm not in just for 2-3 months and I'm out. It's not that. I'm not in for pre-production, you know, for like a month or two and then do principal for 2 or whatever, and I'm out. You know, like I don't have to. This is going to be in for probably a few years because if I'm going for a series, we're going to keep going for a while. Can I hang out with these guys? Do I like them? Because there's a lot of choices out there. Like you producers out there, people like that, I always look at like, yo, don't get it twisted. There's a lot of choices for them out there, just like you have a lot of choices for actors and other people too. It goes both ways. You can always find somebody else. They can always find somebody else. So be conscious about that. Be realistic about the situation now. This is not fucking 1976. Things are very limited. People had to do what they had to do because there wasn't much of a choice. Now we have a lot of choices. So understand where you are. And I do that very much so. And I'm very conscious about that. So that's why when I meet people and do what I do, I be very upfront with them, letting them know exactly what's happening. And I want them to enjoy the time they're with us and enjoy the people that they're working with. And that's very, very important. A lot of guys out there don't really give a damn, and that's going to hurt them. It's going to bite them in the ass. And those that become successful most of the time for a longer period of time, not the short, quick hits. Not the short, quick hits. I'm talking about longevity. Those guys have a common denominator. You know what it is? A great set, great people, great cast, a great surrounding for everyone to come into. And that's what makes you live longer. And being in this business too, you better understand that. Because if you're in and out, that's going to hurt you. I'm telling you right now. You see it. I don't have to tell you. You can look at it right now. Look at everybody you like. Look at movies you like. Where they're going. Look at directors you love. Where they are. Look at just the common denominator. What do you see? Same people. You see good reviews. You hear people just talk about them in a glowing fashion. There's a common denominator for these things. Then the guys that don't really do that too well, they may have made a hit or two. They may like them, but you know, they don't last too long. It's like anything else. So understand that. You know what I mean? And then I say, as an actor, understand that too. If it doesn't bother you too much, then go for it. But be comfortable where you are. That's all. And don't be overly sensitive, please, guys, women, please. Just don't be overly sensitive. You know what I mean? Or because I may not say good morning to you, or I may say hi to you when I see you right away. Don't fucking fall apart. Like we don't want people just to fall apart that way. You know what I mean? Understand real life. Okay? Real life is not about rainbows and unicorns. Real life is about heartbreak at times and appreciate those great times. Because you got to have your bad to appreciate your good. You always say that. It's very, very true. So if you do something and someone hates what you do, or they say something, you know what, you take it and go, thank you. Whew, that's what I needed. You know, that gives me ground. Because when someone comes along and likes your stuff, you appreciate it more. So, you know, I love it all. Good or bad, give it to me. That's how I feel about it. And you have to, especially in this business. So my thing of casting really has to do more with the talent, the look. Well, first of all, look first, talent second. Well, I shouldn't say that, because sometimes people may not have the actual look, but when they actually start to do what they do, it shines. So you have to kind of understand that too, and everything. So you have to kind of understand that's going to happen. You know what I mean? That's going to happen, and you're going to have to at least give people a chance. So you have to look at, first of all, like I said, first thing is like, do I really want to look at them? And if I don't really, I hope that there's something there. Maybe it's in their work. I pulls them in, and you know what everything comes from, right? You know what everything stems from, right? The eyes. Like the first thing I see is the eyes. His eyes tell you everything. You know, that whole window into a soul quote is for real. That really tells you. I mean, how many times you see people, you just look at them, you don't know who they are, but they look so pleasant. Their eyes are shiny. They just look nice. They're approachable. Because eyes are everything. So if you're kind of, I don't know, like not so good, or you have something to hide, a lot of people could see that right through your eyes. It's so, you know, it's so obvious. You know, so I look at people's eyes as my thing. I think a lot of casting agents, a lot of producers, I think a lot of people do that just in general with everything they do, even in real life, you know, regular life, you know, in their work. I think everyone looks at that. But when you casting though, that's the first thing I look at is their eyes. Like, I don't really care about this and all that. These right here. Because we do film. And the filming is gonna be like right in your face. And where's the whole world looking at? Your freaking eyes. So if your eyes capture me, then I know they're going to capture my audience, and that's when I need to tell a story. So that's one of the main things I look at. So that's what I really want to say tonight. I know it's quick. It's kind of like, you know, kind of worldly. You know, it's kind of like everything. But I just wanted to say that tonight. You know. And before I go, if there's something that you guys want to say or hear or whatever like that, you know, do get in touch with me. If there's something you want to ask me while I'm on now or whatever about things we'll be doing. Now listen, I do a lot of things, and I don't tell you everything I'm doing because I have a lot of plate spinning right now, especially, with my movie, of course, and, you know, with just other things as well, just doing other material, because I will be doing other material as well, interviewing people for parts, not just Kayla's part. I know this way they do it, you know, it's just kind of odd. But not just for Kayla's part, but just for future things as well. So those out there that actually are giving me, submitting their resumes, headshots and things and such, you know, even if I don't call you for like the Kayla part or whatever like that, I do have plenty of roles coming up that I'm going to be looking for people to fill. Because like I said, right now, which is great, you know, we're in 5 countries right now on Amazon, which is just one of the packages that we're with. We're on Binge Horror. We're going to be on that. We're also going to be on Avail Films, also known as 18 Entertainment, I believe. And I'm on SoFi TV. So we have places, and we're coming up on a lot of platforms. Well, a few platforms right now. Look out for us. We're getting out there. We're getting our name out there. We want to see what people are saying, and we want to start engaging our new fans, people who are following us, and just lift the level of everything we're doing. But it doesn't stop there. You know, I'm a creator, and I believe in completing a task and moving on. I'm not one of those directors or producers or writers that are doing like 3 or 4 different things, because you know what happens when you do that? Unless you have an army of people helping you out, and even then it can be kind of suspect, is that you're always going to put in about 60% of every project, because you cannot put 100% in every single project if you have that many. It takes too much to do this. Understand this, guys, and I guess you guys, a lot of you guys that are in the show business understand this. It's too much work to do one. To do one. All of the pre-production and the principal and the post, like everything involved in the marketing. I mean, everything that's involved in that is too much work to think that you can do 2 or 3 at the same time. If you're a producer and you just dishing dough out, Are you just making deals for the dough, but you're not really doing anything? Yeah, you could do that probably. A producer can do that. That's what producers do. But if you're a director or you're a writer or whatever like that, especially directors, it's too much work. And even producers, man, especially depending upon the size of the project that you're doing, if you're doing something epic, it's too. Someone's popping in on here. Huh. All right. So, sorry about that. Squirrel. All right. But it's too much work to do one of these. So I'm the kind of guy that I like to finish the process because I want to make sure that when you look at something I do, I put it 100%. I did as much as I can with the resources that I had, and what you're seeing is pretty much maxed out. Now I'll move on to the next. That's how I work. Why do you think someone like James Cameron comes out with a movie with these huge gaps in between? Because he makes sure that he puts 100% in everything he's done. And every time he's made anything, what have you seen? Nothing but damn near perfection. Because he's not worrying about 4 or 5 different projects. How the fuck are you going to put anything into 4 or 5? Think about you have 4 or 5 kids. I don't have 4 or 5 kids. But good Lord, the parents that do, you can just put so much in each one and still have enough left for you to even thrive off of and feed off of, like the energy to do that. So think about you having like 3 or 4 different projects going at the same time. Anytime I hear that, man, this is just a me thing. I'm sorry if I insult somebody, then so be it. But when I hear people saying, especially directors, producers, those guys or whatever, or people creating stuff, and they got like 4 or 5 things going at the same time, good Lord. How are you doing that when you only have a certain amount of hours in the day? You can just do so much because your energy level is just going to be fucking spent. It's going to take a long time to get any of those done. And like, how much time are you really putting into those? So that means that every time one of those comes out, to me, it's going to be like 60% of what you've done. There's 30 to 40% of shit that is not even in there because you couldn't put the time in because you worried about 3 others, and they're all feeding off each other. That is why, to me, when I hear that's a red flag, I do not fuck with that. To me, it's like, okay, you're trying to rush the situation. You're trying to get things out there as fast as you can so you can get paid. I know we all want to get paid. But good Lord, if you're thinking that your shit is quality, I'm sorry, bro. I don't think it is. If you can do it, then God bless you. But you know what? I rarely have seen that in any level. From many producers, from many directors, I've seen it. I know what they're doing. I look at it, I'm like, yo, I know they talent. They talented as shit. But they don't put enough time into any one thing. Like, yo, it's like someone being so fast. Like, it's like that time when Usain Bolt, right, was clear. I think it was like 2 years ago. He was clearly ahead of people, right? And he slowed down just for a little bit. And to me, it's like, why'd you do that? I don't care if you're fucking miling in front of somebody. Hit that shit. See your max. We want to see the max what you have. That is whatever, a lot of times when you see that when people have these 4 or 5 things going, I've seen it all my life. They all do the same thing. They all give you the same fucking excuse. Yo, so I can get things going. You know what I'm saying? We got things running and whatnot. They just want to sound fucking busy. To me, it sounds like you're freaking grease fire. Like you don't know where you can't focus. To me, you just can't fucking focus to me. Because if you have to do 3 or 4 things, that means to me, you're one person, unless you have an army of people doing shit, and you're just kind of delegating and just kind of overseeing shit, but everyone's kind of doing their shit, then yeah, okay, maybe you can pull that shit off. You're producing shit, you're just kind of overlooking shit. Maybe. But when you're really in depth of creating it, finding things out, casting it, seeing the budget, just doing everything, costume design, all that, you're involved in all that. I don't know how you can do more than 1, maybe 2, maybe 2. And if you're doing something big, come on now. Really? I mean, we see it all the time in professional life. We see it on TV. We hear about it in the press. And then when we see the movie, we're like, oh, yeah, I see why. Yeah, that's why it wasn't that good. Oh, that's why I was missing something. I always say, like I was saying earlier in this conversation, look at Solo as a perfect example. You can't even pinpoint it on your finger what the deal was, but that's what it was. Turmoil. Turmoil will make your shit rot. And that's what you want. Or people unfocused will make your shit rot. And if you have that many things, only certain people can do 3 or 4 things. To me, you know who can do that? Actors. Actors could come in, you know what I'm saying? Do that shit, bounce in the next studio. Boom. Memorize that shit. Knock that shit in a few hours. Boom. Go to the next one. Bang. Knock that shit. Those guys can do it. Us, as creators who are creating everything, come on, you can't do that. You can't. Come on. I mean, you just can't do it. Not saying like it's impossible, but damn sure it's pretty close. If I'm saying I'm going to sprout wings and fly, you just wait. Yeah, you just keep waiting, because it's damn near impossible. And if you are doing it, I'm saying you can't do it, but you're just not gonna. Listen, I don't want to harp on this all night. It's just one of those pet peeves because I've done business with people like this. I hear it all the fucking time. And you hear it so much, and they all end up a lot the same freaking way. I'm looking at their work. I'm looking at their finished project, and I'm like, yo, you got so much fucking talent. You're a freaking genius. I mean, I wish I had your mind. But good Lord, focus on one thing. Because right now, to me, you're looking like an average cat. You're looking like an average director, an average producer, an average talent. Because you're not putting 100% in one freaking thing. Focus. For Christ's sake. And when you do that, then your shit fucking shines. It becomes fucking brilliant. That's all you cared about. You got to focus. So that's why for me, when I do my thing and I complete it, done, next. Because you know, whatever you see, I did the best I possibly can. You got 110% of whatever I'm doing, and I did everything I could with the resources I had at the time. That's one thing you can count on me about. And that's what I respect. And when I see someone do that, they have that one thing and they're putting it on that one thing just for that until it's completed. That to me is good work ethic, focus, and a lot of times I'm probably going to like their work because everything is in there. If it's not that, I don't know. And that's not just for show business. That's like everything in life. But since we're talking about show business, it's really prevalent that you do that. I know it's hard because a lot of shit comes from every direction. I get it. A lot of shit comes from every direction. I know that. We all go through it every time we get out there and we perform or we create, or we just tell an idea. It's always here. And that's why a lot of times you have to be a freaking bullhead and just do it. And remember I tell you before in my other blog, fucking be bullheaded at times. Be logical, but be fucking bullheaded. Because everyone's going to say no. Everyone's going to call you shit. You're not smart enough, whatever it is. And in their way, a lot of times, it doesn't even come from the outside. Sometimes it comes from inside, with the people you're with. So, but you got to be focused until it's done. And actors out there, or anybody who wants to be in this business, once again, before I run, anyone who's saying, who's creating everything, is doing like 4 or 5 things, run. Or if you don't, because they're your boy, they're your girl, they're your family, all right, sit back, watch what happens. Compare and contrast. Compare to them, to someone who's focused on one thing, completed that task, did everything they could, and then released it. To those that have 3 things all going at the same time, try to bounce everything out, and then boom. I got something like that now. I'm not going to say who or what, but I know it's just not going to look that good. So we all see it, and we have seen it. And sometimes we see it so much it gets kind of numb. And we sit back and go, wait, hold up. I noticed something. That's what you notice. I can't put my finger on it, but it's just not that great. There's something missing, and not just because it's a bad story or whatever. It's because they could have done more because you know them, or you just see it's something. So that's what I'm saying. So if you guys out there want to be creative, do one thing at a time. Bang, 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 bang. Because when you look back behind you, everything is completed. Everyone's looking at everything behind you are saying, if I like it or I don't like it, at least I know it's completed and you did everything you possibly can to get that done. And there's no excuses coming out of your mouth. I'm a big proponent of that because I have to do business with people with that mindset. And I don't want to, and I don't. I move on to those with great work ethic, who's focused on what they have to do and want to complete the task until it's done, no matter how long it takes, because you get one shot. Once you release it, can't pull it back. You can't pull it back. It's the world to see. It's the world to critique it. It's the world to say what they want. You can't pull it back. You can kind of say, hey, I want to recut it, but it's too late now. It's in people's living rooms. It's in people's devices. It's in their head. It's part of history now. So it's too late. Just concentrate on what you have to do and complete it, no matter what. You're always going to be remember what you've done. No one cares how long you've done it or how long it took you. They just remember you for what you've done. That's it. Don't care how you did it. It's what you've done. So if that's the case, I gotta make sure it's good. The best way I can. That's it. All right, so love you all. Thank you everybody that's new this week that I said hello to and let them into my little crazy world here on Facebook and other places and Instagram and all those places. Thank you all for being interested in my stuff. Go out there. We are now on Amazon, and we are now on Amazon US, UK, New Zealand, Canada, and what's the other one? No, I just forgot what the other one was. Canada, New Zealand, UK, US, and Australia. So anyway, yeah, we're on there. So hey, you can't go there and see them because out there they use apps. So Amazon Prime is on the app, like on their TV, for what they're telling me. So there's no like link to see it, but it's out there. But anyway, I want to say thank you for all that. You know what I'm saying? So love you all, guys. And like I said, focus. Do what you have to do to, and that's just me. If there's other things that you want to speak about, please do. Let me know. You have anything you want to talk about, let me know. But like I said before, once again, I'm a big proponent of that. Focus, fucking focus. You know what I'm saying? Just focus, finish the fucking task. Real quick before I run, please give me a sec. I just want to say this. Whatever you think you can't do right now, you can, especially if you're the creator of it. This is really a big thing with me because I hate people saying they can't do anything. I really hate hearing I can't. Hey, you know what? I can't do it because I don't have all the real special effects that I need. It's not up to par or whatever, or I don't have the place. It's not big enough. I can't get to. I got to make sure I get my investments. I got to get the money up. Because it has to be just right. You know what? You'll be waiting forever. Stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Change the shit up. You can always get your point across, right? By just changing it up. If you can't get the fucking mansion, then use the freaking forest. Can't get the fucking forest because it's too hot or whatever the fuck, then go behind your yard, do something. Borrow someone's place. Get the same point across. You can always rechange it. You're just worrying about getting the story across, however you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to effects, it's a funny thing. Unless you know somebody who's really, really good at it, and I've been very, very fortunate to find someone who's really, really good at it, or if you can or whatever, just do it. Because, I always understand your story is more important than anything else. It's more important than nudity. It's more important than fucking effects. It's more important than a fucking explosion. The story itself is everything that we all cringe, that we all thrive for. We just want to say a good story that's really, really interesting. And one thing you have to understand too, this is some things that don't have heart. You got to have heart. Like I see, and sometimes it's too much heart. Yeah, a lot of times I go front. In indie, sometimes shit got too much heart. Like, yo, bro, listen, shit ain't that sad. It ain't that bad. They just want it kind of too much, Or some things just don't have any heart. It's all action. It's all I don't know. It's everything they die in the show, but they don't put any heart into it. They don't put any kind of interaction with people. That's the issue. You know what I mean? You have to be able to make people cry, laugh, and fear it. You got to have those combinations of everything and anything you do. That's how I like to have mine. I want you to enjoy my shit. I want you to be scared of my shit. I want you to be excited to see it. And then I want you to question shit. That's how I want it. It keeps everyone interested. We all want that type of interest. So like I said, I just want to say that. If you have something you think you can't do, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Stop saying it. And if you keep saying you can't do it, it's an excuse. And as long as you know it's an excuse, live with it. But if you know, oh, you know what, I'm just making excuses, then that's your problem. But you know you can do it. Stop making excuses. Go out there, make your shit. You know you can. Especially if you're the freaking writer, you're the director, you're the producer. Do it. Just change the shit. It's your freaking story. You can do what you want with it. That's like the lamest. I heard that once before. So I'm like, really, just do it. I mean, listen, I don't have the money to do all this. You know what I'm saying? It may be lacking or stuff, but I'm not going to wait for the planets to align and the sparkle to the left and then the unicorn jumping over the river and shit to my lap. And now I can do it. Man, come on. That'll take forever. Do it. Show people you have what it has. Show your story. Show your creation. Who gives a fuck if people don't like it or not? What you always can say is like, you know what? My shit's completed. What about you? My shit's done. What about you? You don't like it? Fine. But my shit's done. What about you? So complete it. Do it. Get out there. Make it. Because that's what people care about. Understand, man. People don't care how you did it. They just care what you did. That's it. Go out there and do it. So, and I'm a big example of that. No money. You know all this with no money for a couple of years. It's freaking killing me. You know what I'm saying? Credit cards are on fire. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, but I did it. I didn't care. Because I know when I'm dead and gone, that's going to be out there forever. Everyone's going to say, you did that. Whatever it is. I don't care if it's a sculpture. You did shit. It's done. It broke you, but it's done. You completed it. That's what you want. So just do it. Whatever you want, just do it. I'm a big proponent of that. I know I'm sounding like I'm in a freaking soapbox. Yeah, I know. But you know what? So be it. Because too many people I come across and I hear all the time that kind of irks me. You know what I mean? Because there's so many people out there who did do it, who do it every day, and they don't give a fuck. And they're the ones that you're looking at. They're the ones that you keep pressing play on YouTube. They're the ones that you keep going online looking at shit when you're in your bed just chilling. You should be that person. They should be pressing play on your shit. They should be sitting there with their peoples wanting to see your shit on their couch. Do that. Be that person. Don't be the other side. Be the person that they're watching. Do your best. You got one life. Live it. All right. Love you all, man. All right. Peace.